My name is Vesper. I am 20 years old. This is the age when a girl's body begins to feel different. It is like a quiet flower opening under the Texas sun. I live in Oak Grove. It is a small farming town in Texas where the fields go on forever. The air carries the smell of warm soil after rain. In the evenings, I sit on our old porch and watch the sky turn orange. My eyes are large and dark. My lips are full and they curve when I smile. People say I am pretty, but I only feel like plain old me. I wear simple shirts and jeans and help with chores around the house and farm. Sometimes I stand in front of the mirror and wonder why everything feels like it is changing too fast. Today I will tell you my story. It is the true tale of my life that opens slowly like a hidden door. There is something in it that may pull you in. It may even stir a little hope inside you. But stay with me until the end, because life does not always follow the path it first shows you. Let us begin. Our house is a simple white farmhouse with a wide wooden porch. My dad Harlan works the land every day. He wakes before the sun and hums old country tunes while walking between the rows of cotton. Mom Rowena keeps everything running inside and out. My older brother Merrick left for Austin 2 years ago to work in construction. I am the one still at home. Everyone calls me their quiet girl, but lately eyes have started to linger when I walk through town. One warm morning I was in the kitchen. The yard outside was still and empty. The sun had only just begun to rise. I was flipping pancakes on the old stove. My light blue shirt was loose because I had washed it the night before. A soft breeze made the fabric move gently against my skin. Mom was outside hanging sheets on the line. Then a knock came at the front door. "Who is it?" I called with a small catch in my voice. From outside, I heard our neighbor Silas. He farmed the land right beside ours. He had been around since I was little. "Vesper, honey, open up. I brought some supplies for your dad." I tugged my shirt straight, but it still fluttered a little. I opened the door. Silas stood there holding a heavy bag. His eyes looked down, but his gaze felt heavy on me. "Come inside, Silas," I said, smiling. As he set the bag on the table, his fingers brushed mine. It was only a second, but it felt like lightning through my whole arm. "What did you bring?" I asked. "New seeds that will fight the drought. Good, strong ones." His eyes stayed a moment on my waist where my shirt had lifted. I told myself it was nothing, just the wind, but deep inside something shifted. Mom called from the yard. "Vesper, fix some coffee for Silas." I went back to the kitchen. While the water heated, I kept thinking, why do Silas's looks feel so deep today? When I handed him the mug, his hand touched mine again. This time it stayed a little longer. "Honey, you have grown into a fine young woman," he said in a voice that sounded thicker. "Yes, Silas, time moves on," I answered with a quick laugh, but questions spun inside my head. What was this feeling? The day went on like any other, but that evening when Dad came home dusty from the fields, he told us Silas had started using a new way to water the crops. "Vesper, you should go see it sometime," he said. I nodded quietly. That night in my bed, the memory of the touch would not leave me. I stared at the ceiling for a long time. The next morning, I was sweeping the front yard. My shirt sleeve had slipped off one shoulder. As I fixed it, I turned my body. Right then, Silas walked up again. This time, he was alone. "Where is your dad?" he asked. "Out in the far field," I told him. "Then I will wait a while." He stepped inside and sat at the kitchen table. He started talking softly. "Vesper, you used to love school. What are you doing with your days now?" His eyes rested on the skin of my neck where a drop of sweat shone. "I help Mom and Dad," I said. "Sometimes I read books from the library." In the middle of our talk, he said, "Your waist is so small like a young tree branch." I laughed out loud. "Silas, you sound like a poet now." But his words stayed with me long after. Mom walked in and the conversation stopped. As Silas left, he paused at the door. "Come out to the field tomorrow. I will show you the new watering lines." I said yes because Dad would want me to learn. The next afternoon, the sun beat down hard. But between the tall rows of cotton, there was shade. I wore a simple yellow sundress that clung to me with sweat. Silas waited with his tools. "Come here, Vesper, let me show you. This is how the water runs deep now." His voice carried something extra. I smiled. "Silas, I have never tried it. Teach me, please." He took my hand and guided me along the row. His palm was warm, mine felt cool. "Hold the pipe steady and push it down firm." I followed his words. My dress grew damp, and as I bent forward, it pulled tight. Silas breathed faster. "You are catching on quick," he said. "Now watch how it reaches the roots." He leaned in close. His shoulder pressed against mine. Fear flickered in my chest, but so did a strange curiosity. What would happen if I stayed? Then Dad's voice called from the distance. "Silas, what are you showing her?" Silas stepped back fast. "Just teaching the girl the new method," he answered. Dad laughed. "That is good. Family should know the land." The day ended. But inside me, the questions had only begun. That night, I sat on my bed and wrote in my old notebook. Silas's eyes, his hand on mine. Is this help or something else? I closed the book and felt my heart beat too fast. Weeks passed like that. Each visit from Silas left a new mark on my thoughts. One Saturday, the town held its small fall gathering. People met in backyards and shared seeds and stories. I went with my hair loose, wearing a soft green dress. Silas was there talking with the other men. He saw me and waved me over. "Vesper, come look at these." He opened a small sack and poured seeds into my open palm. Feel how strong they are. His hand rested on top of mine longer than it needed to. People moved around us, but the moment felt private. They feel good, I whispered. My voice shook. He leaned closer. If you plant them right, the harvest will be full. Come tomorrow. I will teach you more. That night, sleep would not come. I kept seeing his face in the dark. The next morning, I got dressed early. But Mom stopped me at the door. Stay home today. Your Uncle Donovan is driving in from Dallas. Uncle Donovan arrived just after lunch. He stepped out of his truck in a clean shirt looking like city life. Vesper, honey, you have grown tall, he said and pulled me into a warm hug. It felt safe like family. Remember your aunt, I teased. He laughed. Yes, you always remind me. That evening we sat on the porch drinking sweet tea. Uncle Donovan spoke about jobs in the city and night classes. Vesper, you could come stay with me a while. Learn something new. His eyes were honest and clear. No hidden weight. Later, when talk turned to Silas, Dad said he is a good neighbor. Always helps when the tractor breaks. Uncle Donovan frowned a little. He is helpful, yes. But maybe do not send Vesper out there alone. Something inside me clicked like a warning bell. That night, after everyone went to bed, I sat with Uncle Donovan on the porch. He noticed my notebook on the table. What do you write in there? He asked gently. Just my thoughts, I said with a small laugh. He read a page and closed it softly. Vesper touches in this life can mean different things. Some come from care, some do not. Be careful, my girl. The night felt heavy and long. But in the morning, Uncle Donovan left. He hugged me tight and said, write me about your days. I promise I will. After that, the meetings with Silas grew more often. One hot afternoon, Dad sent me to check the irrigation ditch. Silas was already there, kneeling by the water gate. Vesper, watch how we open the flow. I walked over. I rolled my jeans up because the water rushed fast. Hold the handle like this and pull hard. His hand rested on my shoulder to guide me. The water poured out, but my jeans got soaked and stuck to my legs. Silas, look what happened, I said, feeling shy. He smiled. That water brings cool relief. I can help you dry off. Before I could answer, neighbor Bertram walked up the path. Silas, what are you doing out here? Silas pulled his hand away quick. I walked home alone, thinking the same question. That evening, I helped Mom in the kitchen. Mom, is Silas really a good man? I asked. She wiped her hands on her apron. He has been kind to us for years, but the world has all kinds of people, Vesper. Keep your eyes open. I nodded, but my stomach felt tight. More days slipped by. One quiet evening, the house was empty. Dad was still in the far field. Mom had gone to help a neighbor with her sick child. I sat on the couch reading an old novel. A knock came at the door. It was Silas. Vesper, I came to tell your dad something about the south fence. I let him in. He sat across from me. You are always so calm like still water, he said. His eyes locked on mine. Silas, you talk like a poet, I answered, trying to laugh. The air between us felt thick. Tomorrow in the field, we will set a new row of young plants. Come help me. I said yes, even though something inside whispered no. That night, I dreamed of the cotton rose. Silas's hand on my arm. But in the dream, flowers opened everywhere. I woke up with my heart racing. The next day, I met him in the field. The sun was high. Silas waited with a tray of small green plants. Vesper, these roots need to go deep. I knelt and dug with my hands. Dirt got under my nails. He placed his hand over mine to show the right pressure. Push gently but firm. The plant slid into the earth. My jeans were now covered in soil. Silas, now what? I asked. He stood up. Let us go back to your house. I will help you clean up. Fear mixed with a strange pull in my chest. We started walking the path between the fields. Halfway home, we ran into Elias, my brother's friend, who had driven down from Austin for the weekend. Vesper, everything okay? He asked, looking at Silas. Silas turned and left without a word. Elias pulled me aside. Be careful with that man. He has been acting strange lately. My doubt grew heavier. Time kept moving. Silas's words became softer and closer. One afternoon, behind our house stood the small peach orchard. The fruit was ripe. I climbed the wooden ladder with my dress tied at the waist. Silas stood below, steadying it. Reach higher. I will catch whatever falls. A peach dropped. His fingers brushed my leg. Sorry, honey, he said, but his eyes held a spark. As I climbed down, the ladder wobbled. I fell straight into his arms. For one long second, our bodies pressed together. My breath caught. I felt alive and scared all at once. He set me on my feet. Nothing happened, he said quietly. But as he left, he added, come back tomorrow. The orchard is peaceful. That night, I lay awake. I decided I would not go again. I would stay home and read. But life does not wait for decisions. A few days later, trouble hit the fields. Tiny bugs started eating the young cotton. Everyone in town worried. Silas suggested a special spray from the feed store. Dad asked me to go buy it. At the store, I bumped into Uncle Donovan, who had come back for a short visit. Vesper, what are you picking up? He asked. I told him about the bugs. He said I will drive you back. On the road, we talked about my future. What do you dream about, Vesper? I want to study and make Mom and Dad proud. He smiled. You will. Back home, we mixed the spray. Silas came over to help but stayed quiet while Uncle Donovan was there. I felt safer. Slowly, I changed my days. I read more books from the town library. I I wrote longer pages in my notebook. I made excuses when Silas called me to the field. One week Dad got sick. Not anything serious, just worn out from too many long days. I brought him soup and sat by his bed. Silas stopped by, but Mom met him at the door. Vesper is taking good care of him. We do not need anything. I felt a wave of relief. Then came the night that changed everything. It was past midnight. A loud knock woke me. I pulled on my robe and opened the door. Silas stood in the dark. Vesper, your dad needs help at the back fence. A post fell. Dad had gone out already. I was alone. Silas stepped inside without waiting. Do not worry, honey. I am here. His eyes looked different. Silas, Dad will be right back, I said, stepping away. He moved closer. His hand reached toward my arm. Vesper, you do not understand what I feel. My heart slammed against my ribs. I wanted to scream. But before anything more could happen, the front door flew open. Merrick stood there. He had driven home late from Austin as a surprise. What the hell is going on here? He shouted. Silas turned and ran out the back. Merrick had heard enough. He woke Dad. The next morning, the whole town knew. A meeting was held at the old community hall. Silas stood in front with his head down. I made a mistake. I only meant to help. But everyone saw the truth. The men spoke firmly to him. I sat silent in the back row. Tears burned my eyes. I chose not to speak. I just wanted it to end. Later, we learned Silas had been carrying a deep pain. His wife had died 2 years earlier after a long illness. The loneliness had twisted something inside him. Dr. Quentin from the county clinic started seeing him. He went every week. Months passed. The cotton grew tall again. I started helping at the library part-time. I felt stronger. One quiet afternoon, Silas came to our porch. He wore a clean shirt and kept his eyes on the floor. Vesper, I came to say I am sorry. The doctor helped me see what I did. I was wrong. I betrayed your trust. I betrayed your family. Tears filled his eyes. I stood there feeling the warm Texas wind. I thought about the scared girl I had been. I thought about the woman I was becoming. I forgive you, Silas, I said softly. His shoulders shook. Thank you, he whispered. He turned and walked away. I watched him go. That evening, I sat on the porch again. Mom came and sat beside me. She took my hand. You are brave, Vesper. Dad joined us. He put his arm around my shoulders. We are proud of you. Merrick called from Austin. He said he was coming home next month to help fix the old barn. I looked out at the fields. The seeds we had planted long ago had grown tall and strong. Inside me, something new had grown too. It was not fear anymore. It was quiet strength. I closed my eyes and breathed the evening air. Life had hurt me. Life had taught me. Life had given me back my own voice. And that was the most beautiful harvest of all. If this story touched your heart the way it touched mine, please like it so others can find it. Share it with someone who needs a reminder that forgiveness and strength can grow together. Leave a comment below and tell me what you felt. And if you want more real emotional stories like this, subscribe and turn on the bell. Your support keeps these stories alive. Thank you for staying until the end.